Hello students, this is Ms. McGowan. For this video, we are going to recap what we have learned about Words of the Wiser, one of our 6 signposts. So in Words of the Wiser, it's when that you are reading, or in this case, seeing a video, and the main character gets advice from an older and wiser character. When that happens, you need to stop and ask yourself, what is the life lesson, and how might it affect the character? In this video, we are going to look at a clip from Episode 5 of Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back. Luke has stopped his Jedi training and is leaving Dagobah. During his training, he had a vision of Leia, Han, and Chewie in trouble, so he's hurriedly leaving to try to save them. In this clip, we're going to see Yoda and Obi-Wan. They are the wiser characters in this scenario because they are fully trained Jedi Masters. Since Luke is stopping his Jedi training because of a vision, he is not a full Jedi. Because of that, we can consider Yoda and Obi-Wan as wiser characters. Both of them are very concerned that he is stopping his training because of a vision. So let's play a little bit of our segment and I'll pause and we'll talk about it. So again, Luke is leaving in a rush, and Obi-Wan and Yoda are giving him advice. Listen to the words each of them says to try and stop him from doing this hasty movement.
Luke, you must complete the training.
I can't keep the vision out of my head. They're my friends. I gotta help them.
You must not go.
But Han and Leia will die if I don't.
You don't know that. Even Yoda cannot see their fate.
But I can help them. I feel the Force.
But you cannot control it. This is a dangerous time for you, when you will be tempted by the dark side of the Force.
So right then, as you can see, this is the first piece of advice that Obi-Wan gives, and that is that it is a dangerous time for Luke, and he will be tempted by the dark side of the Force, because he hasn't received a full training. So continue to listen to more Words of the Wiser.
Yes. To Obi-Wan you listen. The cave. Remember your failure at the cave.
But I've learned so much since then. Master Yoda, I promised to return and finish what I've begun. You have my word.
It is you and your abilities the Emperor wants. That is why your friends are made to suffer.
That's why I have to go.
Luke, I don't want to lose you to the Emperor the way I lost Vader.
You won't.
Stop, they must be. On this all depends. Only a fully trained Jedi Knight, with the Force as his ally, will conquer Vader and his Emperor. If you end your training now, if you choose the quick and easy path, as Vader did, you will become an agent of evil.
So here, Yoda says this to Luke because he knows his training is incomplete, and therefore he won't be fully ready to face Vader. Vader had done the same thing. He chose an easy path, and because of that, he turned to the dark side. So Yoda, being the wiser character, he's seen it before, and he doesn't want the same thing to happen to Luke. So continue to listen and see if you can pick up more Words of the Wiser.
Patience.
And sacrifice Han and Leia.
If you honor what they fight for, yes.
If you choose to face Vader, you will do it alone. I cannot interfere.
I understand. R2, fire up the converters.
Luke, don't give in to hate. That leads to the dark side.
Strong is Vader. Mind what you have learned. Save you again.
I will. And I'll return. I promise.
Told you I did. Reckless as he. Now, matters are worse.
That boy is our last hope.
No. There is another.
Okay, so you might have heard Obi-Wan also tell Luke that patience is important. He emphasizes that word. He also says that if he chooses to face Vader, he will do it alone, and neither he nor Yoda can help Luke. Let's look at our 2 questions for our signpost. Our first question is, what is the life lesson? In this case, we are learning that we need to exercise patience in our own life. Rushing will lead to mistakes. So for example, if you didn't do your homework the night before and you are rushing to do it in an advisory, then of course you're going to make mistakes, more so than if you had done it with patience the night before. This is just one example, and I'm sure you can think of other examples in which patience is a necessary trait. So now let's move on to the second question. How might it affect the character? So in this case, Luke, although he still leaves, he is more aware that battling Vader will not be easy. He is also more aware that he could be tempted by the dark side and to be mindful of this trap. So his two wiser characters give him advice. He leaves anyway, but hopefully he takes this advice with him on his journey. All right, so there is our example of words of the wiser. Continue looking in your own reading for examples of this signpost. And all right, that's it for this video. As always, use the Force.